Here are my tips to make the perfect chocolate chip cookies. Tip number 1 is all about your butter. If you want a thinner and chewier cookie, your butter should be just about to melt. But if you want a thicker and cakier cookie, make sure your butter is just softened. Add it to a stand mixer with a paddle attachment and beat it with the sugars until it's all combined. Then add in your egg and vanilla extract and scrape it down so everything is evenly incorporated. Whip this for about 2 minutes until it's nice and fluffy. That leads us to tip number 2, your flour. It's important to scoop and level the flour so you don't get too much. For any recipe, when you're measuring flour, don't pack it against the side because you'll get too much. And for this recipe specifically, too much flour will lead to a cookie that doesn't spread. So add the flour to your stand mixer and mix until you get a dough, and then add in your chocolate chunks or chocolate chips. Tip number 3 is about which scoop you use. For this recipe, don't use a typical ice cream scoop, use the smaller one because otherwise you'll get some massive chocolate chip cookies. So scoop them onto a silicone mat or parchment paper and bake them. And tip number 4 is about baking. When you take these out of the oven, they'll look a little underdone, but trust me, they'll bake a little bit more on the hot pan. Give them a few hits on the counter to get that signature crinkly look, and let them cool until they're set. Of course, serve them with a tall glass of milk and you're done. I hope these tips help you when you're making your chocolate chip cookies, and as always, enjoy!